Hi, I'm Lindsay and I'm 41 now. I'm also a mum to 4 children and a dog, so I've got lots of life experience. I want to talk about some of the things I'm going to be doing every day to become a better version of myself. This is going to be relating to health, relationships and works. So I'm going to cover what I think are the most important parts of life. If you're in your 40s or maybe you're a bit younger and you just want some tips of how to better yourself mentally, physically, and also work on your relationships, I'm going to set you a challenge to spend 30 days implementing these things into your life. And honestly, I can tell you now, these things already have changed my life. So I want to share those with you and hopefully this will help you out as well. My name is Lindsay. Let's get into it. The first thing I've started doing is waking up with a morning intention, having a little routine to make myself feel really good in the mornings. The one thing I do when I wake up in the morning is get up earlier than everybody else. So I get up half an hour earlier than everyone. It gives my brain a chance to wake up properly in the morning, and it also gives me a chance to look after myself mentally and physically as well in the morning before all the chaos starts of the school run. So the first thing I'll do in the morning is wake up. I will tell myself that I am feeling great, I'm going to be in a positive mood today, and that I'm going to get something productive done as well. It really sets me up for the day and puts me in a good mood. I've noticed the difference since I've started doing this. I also look after my skin a lot better than I used to. So I'm using Tropic skincare at the moment. I'll link my page down below for you because I am an ambassador, and I'll put links to my favourite skincare products that I use every day. I've got my favourite moisturisers, my favourite makeup that I use from Tropic, and every day I'll pop a moisturiser on, and I do this before my makeup because this acts as a really good primer as well. The reason why I wear makeup nearly every day is because I feel more confident with wearing it, and it just makes me feel good. It gives me a real confidence boost, which gives me a bit of a boost in my energy as well, which really does help. Honestly, if you're feeling low on your energy at the moment, I highly recommend trying this. It does make a world of difference to me, and I think it might to you as well. Because I use Tropic, I can get away with not wearing makeup as much now, but I do wear makeup if I'm going somewhere. I definitely wear makeup when I'm doing the school runs because it just gives me a bit of a pick-me-up. And to be honest, when I put my makeup on, I just think, do you know what, I can face going outside now. So yeah, it really does help, and I've only got a 5-minute makeup routine. I'll leave a link to my makeup bag down below for you because I love this. This has definitely helped me to have a really quick makeup routine in the mornings because I can open up this case and I've only got the essential makeup items that I use every single day. I've also got my skincare in here and also my SPF cream, which is by Tropic as well. So I wear this every day. It's factor 50 and it helps to protect my skin even on cloudy days. The next thing I'm trying to do is to drink more water. This is something that I've been working on for about 3 years now, it feels like. But to be honest, I really have given myself a real kick up the butt lately because I'm feeling very tired all the time, and I think it's to do with dehydration because I do drink quite a lot of tea, and I think tea dehydrates you a little bit, so I need to drink more water, give myself a bit of an energy boost. And the way that I'm finding works best for me with drinking water is to either fill up a few glasses a day, and to be honest, I like using plastic wine glasses. I don't know what it is, the feel of them is just so good, and I do drink water really quickly when I put them in a plastic wine glass. I don't know if it's like that psychological thing of me feeling like I'm drinking alcohol. I don't know, I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but I just like the feel of them. And I've also started filling my water bottles up halfway. I do find that if I fill it up completely, I don't drink it because I like fresh water throughout the day, and I always end up just drinking half anyway and then leaving it the rest of the day. So I've started using just half a bottle now so I can drink that up and I can see it a bit better. So yeah, I'll spend about 2 hours just sipping that slowly, and then I will try to fill this up halfway at least 3 times a day. But to be honest, I do have a glass, just a small glass of water before bedtime. If I have too much, I'm constantly back and forth the loop because I am getting older and I've got a weaker bladder after having twins, so I can't have too much water before bedtime. But I've noticed a massive difference in my energy and also the texture of my skin as well, because water helps to like plump out your skin. It's really good for your body, your skin, your eyes, your hair, all sorts. It is surprising how much water helps our bodies. The next thing I've promised myself to do is to make sure I take my vitamins every day. I would say for the last 15 years, my son is 15 now, Since having him, I've been low on iron on and off for about 15 years. So I've got to make sure that I take iron, and I do find that the tablet form doesn't really work that well for me for some reason. If I get it from the doctors, it does, but do you know, like the vitamins you can buy in the tablet form, they don't really absorb into my body as well. But one of my friends recommended liquid iron a few years ago, and ever since I started taking this, honestly, it's helped me feel so much better, because I was so low on iron. I was constantly achy, I was super tired, like ridiculously fatigued. I could hardly lift a kettle, that's how bad my body felt. And recently I started feeling a little bit like that again, and that's because I stopped taking my iron. So I started taking that again, and I've noticed a difference already since I've been taking it for 2 weeks again now. So the one that I use is the Probiotics. This is liquid iron, it's got multivitamins in it as well. I do like the one with the multivitamins because it's got B12 in it, which I think a lot of people are lacking, but they don't really realise they're lacking it. So I do notice a massive difference, and this is a really good quality one. I think I pay about £21 for it in Boots. So it's a really good one, and I highly recommend it. I also take a probiotic every morning, and this is by Symprove. The reason why I take Symprove, which can be more expensive than a lot of probiotics, is because I've read that this is the only one that actually stays alive in your gut. And honestly, I can't tell you how much Symprove has helped me, because before that I was feeling really tired. My gut health was awful. I was getting constant bloating. Like, I haven't taken Symprove now for over a month, and that is because I ran out, and I've noticed that my bloating has gone really bad again since I've stopped taking it. So I need to order it again. I will put a little link down below for you, because I've got a discount code for you. So have a look in my description box. I highly recommend this if you struggle with your gut health. Try taking it for a few months. I think they do recommend taking it for at least 3 months before you can see a difference. Okay, so I am not the best for having exercise, and I was feeling very sluggish, very achy, very tired, and I just felt like absolute crap, to be honest. So I made it my mission about maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago to start doing more walking, because I didn't want to join the gym. Not only could I not afford it, but I just thought, you know what, I'm so unhealthy at the moment, I don't feel fit enough. I'm not gonna go to the gym if I feel very tired and I've just got no energy. So I recently did join the gym again, but only like 3 days ago, and I haven't been yet. But I will, because I feel so much healthier now. So what I'm doing every day is going for a walk. I do this for at least 40 minutes a day, sometimes an hour, and sometimes 2 walks a day for an hour, which has made me feel so good. Honestly, the amount of energy I've got now is insane, and I just feel so much stronger. I feel happier as well, because I've been using the walking as a way of like escaping how I feel sometimes, because sometimes I can feel like very down, and walking honestly gets me out of the house, gets those endorphins moving, gets the good feel chemicals going in my brain, and it does pick me up massively. What I have started doing is put my headphone in, because I've got the Apple AirPods, and then having my phone, and I've got a really good playlist on my phone, and just walking, because the music just gives me that motivation to keep going. And I've been doing much longer walks than I've ever been able to do in my life. If you start off little, maybe do like a 5-minute walk if you're not used to it. Then the next time you go for a 10-minute walk. Get yourself some music. You know, you don't have to have proper headphones. You could just listen to it on your phone, or you could just buy the plug-in headphones. They're fairly inexpensive. You could also listen to a podcast as well, because you're keeping your mind active, and I find that keeping your mind active gets you more motivated and just helps you to forget about what you're doing, sort of thing. Does that make sense? I don't know. It distracts me anyway. The music really helps me to keep moving. Like I said, I did join a gym, but I haven't been, but I will start going to classes. I did book up quite a few classes the other day, and I've started doing more stretching as well. So after I go on a walk, I'll make sure that I do some proper stretches. Otherwise, I feel like my muscles tense up, and they do get really tight and achy as well. And then when I sit down in the evening or I go to bed, I'm finding that I get a lot of cramping, I get a lot of pain, because my muscles are too tight. So I do have a little stretch in the evening as well before bed, and I find just a very gentle stretch really helps me to sleep better. Another thing that's been helping me massively for my mental and physical health is to get out in the fresh air for at least 10 minutes a day. I find that being cooped up in the house can sometimes be very, very overwhelming sometimes, and just very tedious and a little bit lonely. So I do like to get out in the fresh air, especially if I'm finding things getting a little bit too on top of me, or just finding life a little bit stressful, because when I'm in the house I've got more pressure to do things that I don't want to do. For instance, housework. I know I've got to do those things, but sometimes I want a little bit of a break from doing things like that and just have some fun. So I do take myself out at least 10 minutes a day. Like I said, I'm doing loads of walking at the moment, so I am out for quite a while now. When I go out, I either go for a walk on my own, which I do a lot, or I'll go for a walk with my son. He's 19 and he loves to go for a walk. I'll take my dog for a walk quite a lot as well. She goes for a walk every day. And I also use walking as a chance to meet up with my family and friends as well. I do a lot of walking with my sister and my niece because we go on some really lovely walks and we just have a right laugh while doing so. If you're suffering with your physical or your mental health, or both, being in nature can really help you. So if you're struggling, I do suggest getting out in nature. Maybe go and visit your local park. Go for a walk to the shops if there's not much around. Maybe find a field and have a little walk around in the field. It is surprising, just by being outside in the fresh air and having more space around you can just really help you, give you a little bit of a stress relief as well. And I'm giving you the challenge to try that today. Let me know in the comments box if you decide to get out. I also find it's a really lovely way of meeting people as well, because even if you just walk to the bus stop, you're going to pass people on the way. Even if you don't speak to people, you're still going to be able to make eye contact, or you can still just be in the presence of those people. And honestly, we are such social creatures as humans. I just find that even just pop into the shops or pop into my local park can really help to make me feel a little bit less lonely, because I am in the house most of the time on my own. My son is here a lot of the time, but he is always in bed till at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So for most of the day I don't see anyone else. So just by popping to the shops, like I said, I do get to be around people even if I don't speak to them, and it does help me massively. So this one is a big one for me, and I think this will be a big one for you as well, and that is to eat better. I've got a terrible sweet tooth. I've definitely passed that on to my kids because they've all got sweet tooths as well. I'm really bad for chocolate, crisps, cakes, all sorts. Like, I'm so bad. But I was finding myself eating too much of that, feeling very bloated, feeling very sluggish, tired, a little bit irritable as well, and my mood was dropping. So I decided to start eating a bit healthier now. So this morning I had a seeded bagel, which was high in protein, with ham and salad. So that was a really good start. I've also had a little bowl of blueberries as well. So I've started eating more fruit. I've started eating more fibre. I'm eating more salad as well, which is something that I haven't done for such a long time. You do feel so much better in your body, but it also helps you to feel better in your mind as well. Your gut and your brain are linked in more ways than you can imagine. And I'll put a study down below actually in the description box on the link between gut health and mental health as well. It is a really good read. And I found this helps me massively to motivate myself. Why do I always say that? To motivate myself to eat better. I know that eating healthier can sometimes be a lot more expensive. Honestly, I think the pros can outweigh the cons. I would rather pay more to make myself feel better than pay less to make myself feel crap. And I'm sure you can relate to that as well. This one thing is so simple, but honestly, it helps me gain more energy, be less stressed, be more motivated, and also to get more done. And that is just to have a simple morning routine. I've got certain things I do every single morning without fail. And do you know what? I do notice a massive difference if I don't get these things done. So for instance, in the morning, I'll make my bed. I'll also get dressed, like I said earlier, and then I'll do my makeup. I'll also take my vitamins. Then I've got my housework routine. So I come downstairs and I'll pop some washing in the washing machine. If the washing isn't in the washing machine already, because sometimes I put it on in the night, I will pop it on in the morning. But if I've washed clothes overnight, I will just take them out and pop them in the laundry basket ready to put out to dry. Then I'll go and empty the dishwasher, and this gets done every morning. I'll put the dry dishes away first because there's always dishes drying on the side. I set myself a little challenge to get those dry dishes put away while the kettle is boiling. It honestly does give me a bit of a boost, a bit of a kick up the arse. It's surprising what you can get done in the 5 minutes that it takes to boil a kettle. So I'll also pop clothes out to dry as well. I like to get the important parts of my housework done in the morning while I've got the most energy. It stops me from thinking I need to do them a bit later on in the day, and it also frees up my time to do other things like filming this YouTube video. Because I spent an hour doing the most important parts of my housework this morning, then I've got so much more time to do things like this, and I can focus properly on this because it's not in the back of my mind thinking I need to go and empty the dishwasher, I need to go and put clothes out to dry, it's a nice dry day out the side and there's not washing hanging on the line. I'm sure that your brain is the same, because my brain is always active and thinking I need to get loads done. Something else that's helped me massively as well is to write down 3 priority things that I need to get done that day, or I want to get done that day. For instance, if I need to phone my nan, I'll write that down, because I know that if I don't write these things down, I'm just going to forget them. Also, if I need to make like a doctor's appointment, or I need to get certain parts of work done, I need to order something online, or I need to pop to the shop and get something, and then I will write those 3 things down. 3 of the most important things that I need to get done for that day. I find that by having them there on paper, it takes it out of my brain and stops me from constantly thinking what I have to do that day. It's just that little visual reminder, and I think it helps massively. This is something that I've recently changed, and honestly the difference in my mood and confidence is changed massively for me, and that is to dress to impress myself. So I dress now to make myself feel better and to really boost my confidence. I dress in clothes that make me feel good, so they don't have to be like scantily clad clothes. I don't mean that at all. I just mean clothes that I feel good in, clothes that I like the look of, clothes that feel comfortable but also look good at the same time as well. It's improved my confidence so much, and it really gives me motivation as well. It's mad how much having that confidence in yourself can really motivate yourself to do more, get out of the house more, meet new people, do things that you wouldn't normally do. For instance, going to the gym, or going on a date, or maybe meeting up with friends, going out in the evening, like out, which is something that I've been doing quite a lot of lately. And I don't mean going out and buying loads of new clothes. I have bought quite a few new clothing. That's only because my old clothes went too small for me and I needed to size up. But now I love the clothes that I wear, and I do have a minimal wardrobe. If you're interested, I'll leave my minimal wardrobe video down below for you, because I made a video recently on that. This is something that I saw on Ali Abdal's YouTube channel, but this is to have 3 daily quests every day, and these topics are to do with health, relationships and work. For instance, the things that I've been doing to improve my health every day are taking my vitamins, getting exercise, getting more sleep. And then with work, I'm working more on my YouTube channel. I just made my video editing profile on Fiverr as well, because I've just started offering my video editing services as well. And then as far as relationships go, is meeting up with people, making phone calls to people, just sending a text to someone if they pop into my brain, and arranging to meet people, and just spending more time with friends and family, and also my kids, because I think that is massively important. This is something else that was recommended to me through therapy, and that is to keep a gratitude journal. I find that by writing 3 things down before I go to bed of the things that I'm thankful for really helps me to stay in a positive frame of mind. Sometimes it's easy to get too focused on the negatives of the things that have happened that day, rather than thinking of the positives. And to be honest, one bad thing that can happen to you during that day can really set up your whole day and just squash your whole day and just make you feel like you've had a terrible day that day. And then you can go to bed and just have that playing on your mind and think, do you know what, I'm feeling very low today, I can't sleep properly. But if you focus on the good things that have happened that day, it really boosts those chemicals in your brain and make you have a rethink of the good things that have happened in your day as well. So it'll really give you a bit of a boost. And I find this helps massively with improving my sleep and also my mental well health. my mental well-being as well. And these don't have to be massively positive things that have happened. They could be something simple like you popped to the shop and you bought yourself some milk. You actually managed to get out of the house and do that one thing. Maybe you've been in contact with a friend or a family member and it was really nice to have a chat to them. Maybe you got yourself out of the house today and you're feeling very proud of yourself. Maybe you just took the time to brush your hair or brush your teeth. Just these tiny things make a massive difference. Honestly, they are all positive things and you should feel very proud for doing the smallest of things. Write them down in your journal. I bet that'll help massively to improving your mental well-being and also your sleep as well. This is something that I promise myself every day, and that is to work towards a goal every single day. So at the moment, my goal is to have this YouTube channel, to build up this new YouTube channel that I've got. I also want to work on my art channel as well, because I've been building up that channel for a few years now, and I promised myself to do something little every day to work towards the goal of gaining myself financial independence. And this is massive to me at the moment. And the last one, but no means least, is to have a good nighttime routine. What I love to do for a nighttime routine is to have a bubble bath. My favorite bubble bath is by Tropic. I'll leave it down below for you. It's beautiful. It's really highly concentrated and it just smells amazing because it's got lavender in it. It really helps to chill me out before bedtime. I also like the Epsom salts with the lavender in it as well. I find this is really good, although the lavender smell isn't as strong as the Tropics. So I do prefer the Tropic over that because it also feels lovely on my skin as well. It's really moisturizing. And then I'll have a chill out in the bath with no distractions. So I won't have my phone in there, no books, nothing like that. I'll just like literally chill. Close my eyes, try not to fall asleep, close my eyes and have my little bath pillow behind me and just chill out. I can lay in that bath for over an hour. I love it so much and it really helps to chill me out before bedtime. And then for bedtime then, I do things like taking off my makeup. I use Tropic cleanser, toner and moisturizer. So I'll always use a nighttime moisturizer. And like I said, I'll leave my page down below for you to have a look at. I also love to use a sleep spray, and I don't use this every day, but if I've got a lot on my mind or I'm feeling particularly, I can never say that word properly, anxious, and I will use a sleep spray and it helps so much, honestly, like you wouldn't believe. I'll also leave that link down below for you. I also find that reading, and I've got a Kindle, really helps to relax me before bedtime. It's also a good idea to write down things before you go to bed. It's so hard sometimes when you go to bed and you've got a lot on your mind. Maybe you've got a lot of worries on your mind, or you're thinking about what you need to do the next day. Those things can really play on your mind and unsettle you, and then you'll find it harder to fall asleep. So what I find helps massively is to write down my worries, write down anything that's been upsetting me that day, or write down things that I need to get done for the next day. It helps to take those thoughts out of my brain, put them onto paper, and then I can think about those at a later date. Something I used to say a long time ago as well, which used to help me massively, is when a thought comes into my brain, if I'm trying to sleep, that thought will come into my brain. I will just let it process in my brain, but then I'll say to myself, I'll think about you later, because then I would take that out of my brain and just think, do you know what, I can deal with that, but I'll do it later on. And it did used to help me. So maybe you could try that. I don't know if it'll help you, but it used to help me massively. I also find it helpful to have low lighting in my bedroom. I've got a glow clock at the moment. I highly recommend these body clocks by Lumi. I suffer with SAD syndrome, and I do notice a massive difference when I don't use these clocks. And this is something that I've raved about for years. This is something that's helped to improve my mood during the winter months massively, like you wouldn't believe, and I highly recommend them to so many people. I just want to talk about my weekly priorities as well. So some of the things I do during the week are booking gym sessions. So I'll go on my app on my phone and I'll book some gym sessions for at least 1 or 2 weeks. I also do an online shop once a week. So on a Friday, usually I'll do an online shop, and then that'll come on the weekend, either on a Saturday or a Sunday. So I know then I've got my meal planned. I don't always follow a meal plan. Sometimes I just haven't got the time to do it. But if you follow a meal plan, it does help to save money, time and energy as well. I also promise myself to learn something new every day. Every morning while I have a cup of tea, as soon as I get up, I'll watch something on YouTube and I make it educational. So at the moment I'm learning more about video editing because it's something that I want to start doing professionally and I want to offer my services. I can already edit videos quite well, but there are still things that I want to learn. So I'm learning more about that at the moment and loving every minute of it. Something else that I've also started doing is helping others. I get so much enjoyment out of seeing other people happy, and if I can help someone, honestly, it just makes me so much happier. I hate seeing anyone struggling, so if I can help someone and make their life a little bit better, make their day a little bit happier, I'll do that. And it honestly just makes me feel so good. I've struggled so much in my life, so I don't want to see other people struggling, and when I get help, honestly, I'm so grateful. So if I can do that for others, I really want to. I hope you got some really good tips from this video. Let me know in the comments box what challenges you're going to set up for yourself every day. Let me know if you try any of these things out as well and if they're helping to improve your life. Have a lovely rest of your day and I'll see you soon. Bye.